Hey, what's going on, all you Mansfield Maniacs out there? Sorry. This is TJ Tally coming at you with another edition of Wrestling News Wednesdays. Now, a few things real quick. In this video now, I will have the Twitter names, at least hopefully. I hope they show up on YouTube. I'm using this new thing. So, hopefully, yeah, this stuff will show up on the side of the video, above my big head. But yeah, so hopefully it shows up. If not, I'll run through the Twitter names at the end, and all that good stuff. Another thing is, usually I have notes and stuff to prepare when I'm preparing stuff, but I didn't prepare notes this week. There's really not much news. You can see most of it on Raw and SmackDown because it's the big show, and they always have the, do storylines and stuff after WrestleMania. I really don't have any other news really. So most of this is honestly just gonna be a WrestleMania review, or I'm also gonna review SmackDown and Raw, or at least go through some of the storylines that are upcoming and stuff like that. So yeah, this is another edition of Wrestling News Wednesdays. Now I know I don't have much news, and most of this is just gonna be a review type deal today. Still some news. But Fighter Fest, not Fire Fest, Fyre, but Fighter Fest, I believe is going to be with CEO Gaming and AEW. That's their June 29th show with the CEO Gaming convention. So that should be awesome. Hopefully, they can put it out on one of their platforms or whatever, and we can see. They've been hyping it up a little bit. They've had those Fighter Fest squares. I think they're like gold, yellow, caramel, if you want to call it. I don't know what color they are. But yeah, so Fighter Fest, June 29th in California. So that's going on with them. So if you watch Raw or SmackDown, you've seen, you got the champ Becky Lynch. She's more than likely going to be fighting Lacey Evans. I mean, they've been fighting on Monday and Tuesday, so that's going to happen. Like I said before, Lacey Evans deserves, at least a chance for right now. I know Becky's like my favorite wrestler, but yeah, I think she deserves a chance. So, I mean, even if she does beat Becky for like one title, I really wouldn't be too mad as long as Becky, holds the other one for a little while. I wouldn't be too mad about that, honestly, because I think Lacey Evans can wrestle pretty well. I've seen some of her matches in NXT. I've seen her live once, maybe twice. She can fight. I guess they changed the buttons on the belts now into Velcro, which I guess is supposed to be easier for them to put on. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I always like the traditional style of buttons, but sometimes you got to change things up, and maybe it's better. So who knows? We'll see what goes on with that. Let's see. You had Lars Sullivan debut on Monday and Tuesday. He was supposed to fight John Cena at WrestleMania. Obviously, plans changed. He had a personal issue. He took care of himself, and now he's back. So happy to see him back, even though he's supposed to be like this monstrous heel. Glad to see him back. There wasn't too many more debuts. I can't remember if there was too many returns or not. Oh, excuse me. I know. The Hardy Boys. They beat the Usos for the tag team champions, so they won another set of tag titles. We got the Superstar Shakeup next week, so that's exciting. I'll have more about that next week, obviously, because I don't know what's going to happen on Monday and Tuesday. I'm trying to think of anything else major that happened. Nothing I know of. Oh, okay, so now we're going to get into the WrestleMania review. Actually, I'm going to go over the whole weekend because, it was a big festivity thing, so this is going to be the whole weekend. I believe I watched Impact, and then I seen like 3 or 4 shows on Friday. I seen 2 or 3 on Saturday, and Sunday, obviously, big day, WrestleMania. Impact wasn't bad. It could have been a little bit better, but it wasn't bad. I thought it was good for what it was for WrestleMania weekend. On Friday, I seen a little bit of Stardom, so I can't say too much about that because I haven't seen the full card. Then I proceeded to watch NXT and Joey Janela's Spring Break. those were both phenomenal shows. I became a fan of Jungle Boy, and if you don't know who Jungle Boy is, it's actually Luke Perry's son, Jack Perry. He goes by Jungle Boy. So shout out to him for coming back after what happened with his dad and stuff. So I'm glad he's back and doing well. For the most part, at least from what I can tell. But yeah, NXT killed it. They always kill it. I thought honestly the worst match of the night was the women's, and they still killed it. So that's telling you how good the card was. Um, I thought it was good. I thought everything was high paced and everything. I had to go back and watch the UK Championship match because I missed that, but I did. I thought it was a hell of a match. I thought Gargano and Adam Cole stole the show that night. It was a hell of a card, and I absolutely loved it. On Saturday, I watched the G1 Super card, and if you've seen that, it was a good card. I think Matt Taven holding the ROH title. I mean, I knew he was gonna win it for a little while. At least he was supposed to win it in the final battle, which is their WrestleMania, which is at the end of the year. He didn't win it there. Obviously, he won it at the show. So congrats to Matt Taven on that. If he somehow comes across this show, I don't know if he will or not, but just in case, congrats to him. We'll see what the future holds for him. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. He got the IWGP Heavyweight Championship back. I'm super excited about that. He's one of my favorite wrestlers coming out of Japan that they still have. So I was happy about that. Bret Hart, as we know, got attacked at the Hall of Fame. People beat the hell out of his attacker, which, if you're going to put yourself in the line of fire, you better be ready to, get burned. And the dude got burned or beat up really, really bad in this case. Speaking of that, at the G1 Supercard, after the one tag match for both the Ring of Honor and IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship belts, you seen, something kind of happened, but they panned away. Enzo and Cass, yes, I said that, Enzo and Cass, pretty much beat up the Briscoe brothers, and then proceeded to get their asses kicked by the Briscoes and Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, or whatever you want to call him now. So yeah, that happened. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if they're going to be in the Ring of Honor. As far as I know, they're not in Ring of Honor right now. But we'll see what happens with that coming down the road. Like I said, if they do sign, I don't really know how to feel about it. Yeah, so that was that. And then you had WrestleMania on Sunday. Or hold on, Joey Janela's Spring Break Part 2. I thought it was a hell of a card. To had the biggest cluster F, that's all I'm going to say, ever, because that's what they call the Royal Rumble. But yeah, no, I thought it was good, and I liked the way they ended it with all the independent women wrestlers coming out and beating the holy hell out of every male. Honestly, I liked to see that, because the women's uprising stuff, and I'm all for that. I absolutely loved it. I thought that was a sweet ass ending. All I can say about that. So, but I thought it was cool, have the women shine and say, hey, we're going to beat your asses. And then that's the way it came out. So then Sunday was WrestleMania. You had the 3-4 pre-show matches. I think it was 3. Tony Nese, new Cruiserweight champion. Yeah, I didn't see him winning. I honestly picked Buddy Murphy in our predictions video, but I wouldn't be surprised because it was Tony Nese's backyard, so he won. The losing streak ended. Oh, it was 4 matches because they had both battle royals, and I'll get to those in a second. Then you had Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins snapping Kurt Hawkins' 269-day losing streak, and they won. So congrats to them on becoming champs, as well as Tony Nese. Then you had Braun Strowman almost lose to Colin Jost, and honestly, I would like to see that because then Maniac Mansfield would have had to shave his head, and we had the clippers ready and everything, so he would have been bald, or had a similar haircut to me. But didn't happen. Braun Strowman runs, so congrats to him. That was kind of obvious. Either one of the SNL people were going to win or Braun was going to win. And then for the women's, Carmella won, so congrats to her. That's actually an accomplishment. Now, I wish Asuka would have won, or if Lacey Evans would have came out, wish she would have won. Because I feel and I know a lot of WWE Universe people feel this way. Asuka kind of gets screwed around almost said something else. She gets screwed around. But yeah, so I would have liked to see her win it, but hey, Carmella won. I ain't gonna be mad at that. I just hope Asuka can do something else. Uh, Now, so what's next for Asuka? Uh, so yeah, so we had that, and then Seth dethroned the Beast. He was the Beast Slayer. So happy about that. I do like Brock. No, don't get me wrong. I like Brock, but it's the same way with WWE and MMA. Like I liked MMA Brock. I don't like WWE Brock, and that's the same with Ronda. I liked MMA Ronda. I don't like WWE Ronda. It's just she tries too hard in WWE and MMA. She kind of just got to be herself, and didn't have someone writing her promos. She just kind of said what she felt, and I thought that was cool. Same with Brock, except he got Paul Heyman to be his mouthpiece, which I think is cool because Paul Heyman cut a hell of a promo. But you know, is what it is. But yeah, so Seth dethroned the champ. So that was cool. I mean, it was a short match. I thought they could have done a little more, but it is what it is. A few other matches, like the Roman Reigns match, I didn't think was too bad. Uh, the women's tag team title match now, in our predictions video, I just said Iconics are gonna win. I figured I would be wrong, but no, the Iconics won. The WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and made them iconic. Had to do that. But no, they won, so congrats to them. I think they said like a total or a record of like 9 new champions were crowned at WrestleMania, and I'll get to why I think that was here toward the end of the video or in a few minutes. So yeah, they did that, and then yeah, we had a few more champions change hands. Demon Finn beat Bobby. The Usos retained theirs. Jeez, what else happened? Oh, Kofi. Yes, I almost didn't talk about this one, but actually, this is the last one I'm going to talk about. Yeah, that's the only thing I can remember significantly that happened. Jeez, I'm trying to think because there was so much. So Becky, they were in the main event. Uh, Becky won. I was happy about that. What I read though is Ronda's shoulders weren't supposed to be down. I wrote one report that said she was supposed to tap her out, and they disagreed and said that Ronda should get pinned. So Ronda got pinned. Her shoulder wasn't supposed to be up. They may do a match down the line, but it's not planned right now, at least from what I know. The Rey Mysterio Samoa Joe match. The reason why I was so short is because Mysterio's ankle is still messed up a little bit, so they had to shorten the match. But the main point coming out of WrestleMania, I want to talk about this, is the WWE Championship match. And you may ask, well, why was it so important? Well, if you don't know why it's important, I'm going to tell you. Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship and became the first black or African American WWE Championship in its history. And you can say, oh, The Rock won it. No, The Rock is half Samoan. It doesn't count. Okay? It doesn't count. It doesn't. So he's the first black WWE champion in history. I'm super excited. They're finally giving him, and he kicked down doors, for people like that. And I'm glad that he did, because in this world, it's just what it is. You got people may not like it, and they may be racist and all that stuff. I'm not gonna get into politics, and because this is about wrestling. But I'm glad Kofi won. I think he kicked down doors for people, and I'm glad he did. Glad he won. He finally deserves it after 11 years. All I can really say is I'm super, 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 super excited that he did that. Now, let's see how long he holds it. My theory is they were talking about the New Day turning on him. I think if you're going to do that, you have Big E in the Money in the Bank. You have him win the Money in the Bank. You have Kofi as champion. They talk about what they're going to do. Then you have Woods come out, beat the crap out of Kofi, and pretty much let Big E win the title. I think that's the way it should roll. You might disagree with me. You might agree. Hey, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, but lastly, the last thing I want to talk about, going back to the title thing. So there was like a record 9 titles or something that changed hands at WrestleMania, something like that. I think they said it was 9. I think why that is because at Wrestle Kingdom, which is Japan's version of WrestleMania, it's always on the 4th of January, so it's like right as soon as the year starts. Usually all of the championships or most of the championships, maybe for a few, usually they change hands. So and it's less predictable. So maybe they were trying to be less predictable and have new champions crowned, and whatever have you, which I think wouldn't be a bad idea. Sometimes you just need a new fresh face, like this one. Yeah, this. Oh crap! I just forgot the name. I had a brain fart. But yeah, this Wrestle Kingdom. Yes, this Wrestle Kingdom that just passed. Um, I'm pretty sure all the championship matches, the champion lost. So we had all new champions coming out of Wrestle Kingdom. So yeah, I think the theory is they're just trying to make it sort of like a Wrestle Kingdom and make it unpredictable. Oh, well, this dude might win. Well, no, this person might win. We don't know. And I think they threw us a curveball, and I kind of like it because now we got new champions, fresh faces as champions, like the Iconics. I mean, I know Finn won before. We finally get to see the Universal title because Rollins. Kofi is the WWE champion, and Tony Nese is the Cruiserweight champion. Ryder and Hawkins are the Raw Tag Team champions. It's keeping it fresh. I mean, I know the Hardys won the tag titles last night. Wish it could be someone fresh. I still like the Hardy Boys. I ain't hating. I like the Hardy Boys. Always been a fan. Always will be. I met Matt Hardy years ago at a wrestling event down the road. But yeah, no, they could maybe call a tag team up. I wish we would have seen like a Pete Dunne come out on Raw or SmackDown or the Undisputed Era. That would have been awesome. I thought, but hey, is what it is. So yeah, that's it. So like I said at the beginning of the video, though, I'm trying something new. I got a new thing that I'm recording on. So you can put the tour names on there. It's easier for me to do than what I was using. So if you see him in the corner, that's where you can find me at TJ Tally 25. You can follow us on Twitter at JoshuaMania2019. Me and my brother run that. I don't know how much he tweets on it. I try to tweet on it a little bit here and there, but if you follow it, good. And sorry for the lack of not posting on there. I'm gonna try to do that more while I can. So yeah, TJ Tally 25, which is me, Joshua Mania 2019, which is the Joshua Mania Twitter. Catholic Josh 122, that's Maniac Mansfield or Josh Mansfield. If for the people that don't know his ring name or stage name or whatever we're using on here, like my real name is Tyler Tally. I use TJ Tally. But so yeah, that's all I really got for you today. Go like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you like the content, great. If you don't, well, I'm sorry. Hopefully I can do better for you. Let me know what I can do better or what you like or what you want to see more of. But yeah, so that's this episode of Wrestling News Wednesdays, WrestleMania 35 Weekend Review. So that's all I got for you guys today, and stay blessed.